Namaste and welcome to another Yoga with Lisa SXM. We're here on our mats on another Tuesday morning together, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Just as a reminder, as we go through our yoga this morning, hi Audrey, good morning everybody, thank you to you and Craig. Just as a reminder as we go through our yoga this morning, if anything feels awkward or out of sorts for you, if you feel extra sensitive or if there's discomfort or pain as you go through the different postures and movements and breath exercises, you are not required to keep up with what I'm suggesting. You can listen to your extremely wise and all-knowing inner yoga teacher, and with gratitude, take the advice of what you know is the best guidance for you. So I'm just one lady talking to people out there in cyberspace, and I cannot know your particular issues. So please do take care to not push yourself past any natural limits that your body probably is not quite ready for. So always accept this moment and this self with gratitude and appreciation and breath. So let's start with breathing in and out. Let's see if we can breathe a little bit slower, breathing in through the nose. And then out through loose lips. Breathing in. And out. Wonderful. Let's bring the hands to prayer pose. And everyone bow your head just a little bit. Just acknowledge your true self and your connection to the eternal. Beautiful. Let's lift the hands up and lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Reach the hands up, breathe in, stretch up. Bring it back down with a prayer back to the heart. Nice. And we're going to just put the hands on the knees and just begin to rock a little bit, allowing the back to arch and sway. So you'll look up at the ceiling, lengthening the neck, and then look down at your hips, rounding the back. Breathe in and out. Going for a camel ride. And just getting started here, let's just allow ourselves to really be loose and free in our movement. Maybe interpret it a little bit to be your own version of the camel ride movement. Maybe make a circle with your head. Nice. Come back to the center and let's bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand to the ground behind your hip, and look over your left shoulder. Slowly come face forward, take a nice breath here. And let's twist around the other way, a gentle morning starter. Gentle twist, look over that back shoulder. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, face forward and back to camel ride. Beautiful. Let's stretch the legs out a little bit. Give them a nice jiggle. Maybe take your hands to the top of the thighs and just a vigorous rub, get the blood flowing into the front of your upper legs. Squeeze and release. Let's go down to the knees. And then both hands on one calf muscle. You can bend the knee if you want. Bring that fingers all the way down to your Achilles tendon and ankle, and then back up towards the knee. Let's do the other leg. Massage the calf muscle. Massage the knee, and then reach down, and bring your body up, breathe in. Exhale, reach down towards your toes, bring it back up with a breath in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. Wonderful. All right, let's stay down. Fingers reaching towards maybe the instep, the soft part of the inner foot, and round your back. Drop your head, relax your shoulders, relax your lower back and hips, and just stay here in a soft breathing relaxation called caterpillar pose. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. Take your time. And then when you're ready, rise back up. Let's pick up the right foot. And we're going to hold the whole leg in our arms like a baby and rock the baby, opening the hip. Let's put that foot on the floor next to your hip and bring your shoulder inside of the knee. We're going to reach beyond the straight legs toes. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. Reach. Keep breathing, keep reaching. And hands to the floor, push yourself up, stretch that leg out. Bring the other leg up into your arms, rock the baby. Hold the leg like you would a child, and just give it a nice sweet swaying rock. Bring up your nurturing instincts this morning. Breathe deep. When you're ready, we're going to put the foot on the floor nice and wide. Knee is up. Bring your shoulder inside of your knee, and we'll reach our hands beyond the straight legs toes. Look down at your legs so your neck is straight. Reach, 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 reach. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Hands to the floor. Push yourself up. Stretch out both legs and let them go a little bit wider. Not a super wide straddle here. Pulling the flesh away from the sitting bones perhaps. We're going to walk the hands down in between. If you can, bring your elbows down to the floor. Or if you have a pillow, you can put a pillow or two and put your elbows on that. We're just going to let the head hang here and allow yourself to sort of just be loose and free and soft and heavy. And then push against the floor or your pillows and bring the body about halfway up, and then walk over towards one leg. Bring your nose close to your knee. Push against the floor back to the middle and over to the other side. One hand on either side of the leg. Nose comes close to the knee. And when you're ready, push against the ground. Come back to the middle. And see how far can you walk your hands forward. Don't push past your limits. Just observe where your limit is and be respectful of it. And when you're ready, come on up. Nice job. All right, we're going to see about coming into a reverse table this morning. Come up onto hands by your hips and feet by your hips as well. And then elevate the rear end off the ground You can look up at the ceiling or you can look at your knees, whatever your neck finds is helpful. You may even choose to go back and forth. Look at the ceiling, look at your knees. Look at the ceiling, look at your knees. Back and forth with a little neck exercise. Squeeze your buttocks up and try and bring your pelvis high. And when we come out of this, we're going to bring the hips down between the hands before we put our weight on the hips. So scoot your hips back, 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 back. See if you can straighten the legs out straight from there and reach forward. Look down at the ground between your knees. Nice. Hands to the floor, and see if you can come right back up into reverse table. Now some of you may want a little challenge, and if you want to, you can readjust where your feet are and try and cross one ankle on a foot, on a knee, or the other way. You can lift a leg up into the air. Or you can just hold your reverse table. We're going to come down, bring the hips between the hands, stretch the legs out straight and reach beyond the feet. Head looks down at the floor between your knees. And when you're ready, come on up and let's scoot down on our back side here. Moment to just be settled in on your back with arms wherever feels comfortable. And let's walk the feet a little bit wider than the hips. Let the knees lean against each other for a moment. Relax your lower back. All right. Let's bring the hands alongside the hips, fingertips pointing towards your heels, and realign your heels with your hips and come up into the bridge. Push the hips up high. Notice the chest rising to meet the chin. Make a bridge between your strong feet on the floor and your shoulders. Everything else in between is up in the air. Bring your hands off the floor and reach up for the ceiling straight up above your shoulders and roll the back down on the floor one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Once the hips are down, bring the knees to the chest. Hands come to the knees. Squeeze it in and release. Squeeze it in and release. Breathe. Hold the knees in with strong arms, strong hands. Maybe let the knees go a little bit wide if they want to. Don't go too far. Don't overstretch the inner thigh and groin area. Take it easy on yourself. Should feel good. All right, bring those knees together and let's stretch the arms and legs up into the air. Circle your ankles and circle your wrists. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, flex and point the ankles and wrists, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Let's scrunch the toes in so the tips of the toes point back towards the heels, and make a fist with your hands, a nice strong fist. Breathe in. Exhale, spread the fingers and toes as wide as possible, as fast as possible. Let's squeeze it in and breathe in, squeeze in. Exhale, explode out like fireworks. Squeeze it in, breathe in. Exhale, widen out. One more time, squeeze in. Exhale, spread out wide. And then back to flex and point, flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and hold. bring it down, push it up, bring it down, push it up. When you come down, your elbows come all the way to the ground, and your knees are seeking the ground just to the wide side of your rib cage, as if your knees are pointing towards your armpits. So if you're just doing this with your legs, knees are not traveling anywhere. Let's see if we can correct that at least a little bit so that you get a little bit of hip work as well as knees. Reach up, bring it down. Reach up, bring it down. Let's go 10 more times. 10 and down, reach up. 9 and down, reach up. 8 and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to alternate. Left foot up, right hand up, and the head comes off. Reach up, right finger's reaching for the left toes, and come down. Switch it off. Left hand reaches for the right toes, head is off the ground, reach up, come down. Reach up, alternating arms, fingers, and toes. Reach up, reach up, reach up, reach up. This is working the abs a little bit, so make sure there's something happening in the core of the body as you reach up. Give a little tightness to the tummy. Reach up, reach up. 2 more on each side. Reach up and reach. Last time, reach and reach. All right, come on down to the ground. Spread out like a 5-pointed star. Take a moment for yourself here and breathe deep. Beautiful. Let's bring the right leg up, bend the knee, and circle it around. Make your circle as big as you're comfortable with. If you feel like there's limitations to your hip, maybe make your circle smaller, or you could just rest this tongue out and catch up with us when we finish the circling knee. Breathe. Remember, most of these yoga moves are mostly about breathing. The movement is just there to facilitate the need for the breath and give you a focus to the entire body as a whole in balance. All right, squeeze that knee into the chest, and then we'll let the leg rise up, straight up from the hip. If you've got a bend in your knee, don't worry about it, that's okay. We're going to pull the leg a little bit towards the face and back to vertical. Start slow, just an inch or two. Make sure that your hip and your hamstring are happy with what you're doing. And if you're comfortable with it, you can widen out your range of motion and acknowledge the edge of your range of motion. Everybody has an edge, and everybody's edge is in a slightly different place. So just figure out where yours is and back away gently from it. Work with your breath. Breathe in and out as you pull the leg through its full range of motion. Gently, gently, gently. Asking the leg to relax and lengthen in the back. Lengthen the fibers of the hamstring. Muscle that runs from the knee to the hip in the back of the leg. All right, let's see if we can hold the leg at or near our edge of our range of motion for a 30-second or so static stretch. Just try and hold here and relax the back of the leg from hip to knee and even all the way to the foot. Let go. Awesome. How you guys doing? Keep holding that leg static, stretch, nice and still. If you feel like you want to go a little deeper, we've been patient, maybe it's okay now. But if you don't feel like there's an urge to go deeper, just stay where you are. Alright, let's release the leg. And slowly let it come down. Bend the knee and bring it across the body. All the way over. Chest is open to the sky. Arms are out from your shoulders. Hands are palm up, fingers naturally curled. And we've got a beautiful reclined spinal twist going here. You can adjust both legs to bend just a little bit if you want. And you can adjust where your head is turned. Maybe you want to look to the right. Maybe you want to look straight up. Maybe you want to look to the left. Wherever you choose, make sure you can relax in that position. If you're holding and using muscle effort to hold your head to the right while your leg points to the left, maybe it's not the best choice for you. Right now we want to totally relax and breathe deep. Very healing pose, allowing toxins to clear out of the spinal column and hips and shoulders. Maybe take a moment here to scan through your entire spine and ask each little section, are you 100% relaxed? Be wonderful to let everything go. Let the fluids flow without any constriction of muscle tissue. Let the breath move through the body easily. And when you're ready, we can roll on our backs. And we're going to stretch the whole body as long as possible. Arms reaching up overhead. Point your toes. And inhale big. Expand your rib cage. Bring those arms down. And take a moment for yourself again here. Let's bring up the other leg, bend the knee and circle it around. Breathe in and out. Notice how you feel about this movement. If it's awkward or uncomfortable, just make your circle smaller. No worries, no judgment, no critique. Just response to what the body asks for. Appreciation of what we have in this moment, this day, this place. Nice. Bring the knee all the way to the chest and give it a nice hug in. And then we'll stretch the leg up and allow it to rise up directly from the hip towards the ceiling. If there's a bend in the knee, don't worry about it. It's okay. Reach your hands and grab the leg wherever your hands reach is fine. And let's just begin to slowly pull the leg closer to the face, stretching the hamstring and hip. Letting it go back to vertical. Exhale, inhale. Exhale as you pull the leg towards your face, towards the chest. Inhale as it drifts back to vertical. Go slow, be gentle. Be aware. Listen with love to what the body has to say about this and everything we do today. Let's see if we can hold the leg at or near the edge of our range of motion. Try to relax throughout the whole leg and hip. All right, let's see if we can go a little deeper. If you feel the urge to go deeper, if you don't feel the urge, then stay where you are. And if you're not happy in this position, come out of it. If you want to go a little deeper, gently pull the leg a little bit into your new edge. Hold and breathe. Awesome, guys. If you can release it, bring the leg all the way down to the floor slowly. Reach the hands overhead, stretch it up, and then bring the leg back up, and let's roll over to the other side. Spinal twist, bend both knees a little bit. Adjust your arm location so you're totally content. Release through the tailbone. Release through the hips. Release through the lower back. Release and let go. Don't hold. Trust yourself enough to let go. Release. And breathe deep. When you're ready, we'll roll on our back, do another long body stretch, realign everything, straighten up, breathe in. A big inhalation that really expands your rib cage in all directions. And exhale. Let's bend the knees. Let's bring the feet close to the hips, hands by the hips, fingers point towards the heels. And once again, lift up into your bridge. Squeeze, if you want, your shoulders together, your upper arms walk in underneath the upper back. Clasp the hands together under the tailbone. Really push your feet into the floor and lift the hips up. And let's do some nice deep breathing here, really using belly muscles to expand and push in. When you're ready, we'll reach the hands straight up from the shoulders, release the hands, reach them up, and roll the back down on the floor. Bring the knees to the chest, grab the knees in your hands, and rock a little bit left and right. All right, we're going to bring the knees out just a little wider, and lift the heels up and grab onto your big toe. Happy baby pose. Take a moment to just allow the pelvis to open, heels reaching up towards the ceiling. And if you want to rock a little bit in Happy Baby, feel free. You should feel like that baby that just found his feet. He's laying in his crib and he's just so fascinated by what he's found there. Play a little bit with it, and then we'll bring the hands behind the knees and start a little rock along the spine from hips to shoulders, and eventually coming up. Let's see if we can balance in boat pose. I gotta get my mat set underneath my rear end here, and then I should be able to balance in boat pose. Hands are behind the knees to start with. See if you can lift your chest up and forward. Lift the top of the head up, shoulders away from your ears. And make sure that your lower legs are parallel to each other and parallel to the floor. Once you're really in boat pose, good, bring out your hands out to the side. And here's a challenge. If you want, you can see if you can wrap your arms around behind your knees, grabbing your elbows in opposite hands, and straighten the legs. All right, let's come back to seated. See if you can come up onto your knees if you're happy to sit in the hero pose on your heels. Otherwise, you can just sit any way that's comfortable for you. So, take your hands forward and push forward and really flex the wrists, spread the fingers wide, and we consider that to be like a rake hands. Fingers spread wide and all pointing straight up. And then drop them down. Let's exhale with the drop down. Inhale with the rise up, reach up, breathe in. Bring them up and bring the elbows way back. Lift the face. And then fast, push forward and bow your head round your back. Pull it back, breathe in. Quickly push forward, round your back and drop your face, exhale. One more time, slowly inhale, bring it elbows way back, lift the face. Quickly exhale and push forward, round the back, drop the head. Beautiful. That's a wonderful way to build energy in the body if you're ever in a situation where you need to stay awake but you're feeling sleepy. Do that a few times and you'll perk up quickly. All right, so let's bring the hands behind the tailbone. Find the fingers back there and interlock your fingers. If you don't have that much flexibility in your shoulders to straighten your arms, use a piece of fabric or a belt similar to this, and that way your hands are not interlocked, but you still squeeze your shoulders and your shoulder blades and straighten the arms. All right, let's give a nice squeeze to the shoulder blades. Elevate the face. And then we're going to bring the nose close to the knees, or close to the floor in front of the knees, and lift the hands up behind. Rise up, breathe in. Exhale, round down, arms come up behind. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up. One more time, forward fold. Beautiful, come on up. And let's take those arms into a forward stretch. Bring the right arm forward, grab the elbow in the left hand, and bring it across. And change sides. Let's do it again, change sides. And change. All right, fingertips to your shoulders. Circle your elbows big as possible and breathe. Reverse. Bring the elbows straight out from the side. One elbow up, one elbow down. And switch. And come facing straight up and reach up. Breathe in. Arms out to the side, all the way down. And let's come into table position here. Take a moment to cat and cow, finding your flexibility through the spine. And let's go side to side. Look for the hip around the shoulder. Bend one elbow at a time. And then back to cat and cow. Beautiful. Let's try our plank challenge. As you know, we've been doing the 60-second plank challenge through the summer, and now it's October, it's halfway through October, so we're feeling pretty strong about doing this challenge. However, maybe some of you haven't been with us the whole time, so if you feel like you cannot do 60 seconds, do whatever you can, and you also have the option of being on your elbows instead of on your hands in case your wrists are not really up to the holding that sort of a push-up posture for more than a few moments. So that's optional, to be down on your elbows instead of up on your hands. Let's get on to our push-up pose. And where's my watch so I can watch for 60 seconds? We'll do a few of our special moves, right? So come on up onto toes and hands. And here we go. Nice low hips. Push your heels way back for me so you really feel a beautiful stretch through the heel, through the Achilles tendon. We want those knees straight. Fingertips spread wide, wrists nicely under the shoulders. All right, let's pick up the right heel. Reach that heel up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, drop it down. Pick up the left heel. What did I just do? Sorry about that. Left heel up. And bring it down. Let's do Spider-Man. Right knee to right elbow and back to plank. Left knee to left elbow and back to plank. Right knee to right elbow, back to plank. Left knee to left elbow, back to plank. Last 10 seconds, we're going to touch the shoulder and back. Touch the other shoulder and back. And we're done. Bring the knees down and come on to a seated position. Was bound to happen eventually, right? All right, so we've done our plank challenge. We really need to do a downward dog, so let's get back into plank and then we'll push it up to downward dog and relocate our feet. And let's do a little bit of leg lift in downward dog today. If you're up for it, we'll do 3 leg lifts on each side, nice and slow. So first come up into your downward dog, plank, and then lift the hips, downward dog. Relocate your feet. And let's see what else I can knock down today. Bring the feet a little closer together so you can center your weight. And bring one foot up. And down. Touch the floor, bring it right back up. Reach up, breathe in. Bring it down, exhale. One more time, up. And down. Other foot lifts up, reach up, breathe in, and bring it down. Reach it up, and down. Breathe in, lift, and bring it down. And then walk your feet a little closer to your hands and widen out your stance. And then bring your hands closer to your feet. Let's do something for our wrists here. Turn your hands palm up, fingers pointing back towards your toes. Both hands. Lift your toes and slide your hand underneath your feet and then wiggle your toes. And that makes a wonderful feeling of a massage for the wrist and the palm of the hand. Wiggle your toes and massage your wrist. Only in yoga would we do something like that, I think. When you're ready, bring the hands out from underneath the feet and bend the knees. Push against your knees and bring the body up into standing. How are we doing? You still with me? All right, find your mountain pose, heels underneath the hips. Make sure your balance on your feet is using the balls of the feet to press down, also the heels of the feet to press down, and try to physically lift your arch up off of the floor. And use the energy of the lifting arch to lift your knees and your thighs and your belly and your heart. Tuck your tailbone under, shoulders just roll back and then hang. Mountain pose is the heart of all standing postures. The lengthening of the spine, the top of the head reaching up, the relaxation of the shoulders, and the pelvis touching, reaching down. The legs strong and lifted, everything aligned and everything balanced. Standing in mountain, let's turn the hands so the palm is facing forward. Spread the fingers wide and breathe in as you lift the hands out and up, overhead, reach up. And down, exhale. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, arms come down. This time you're going to bring both arms up, and just the right arm is going to drop down. And you can watch it as the hand slowly comes down. So hang by your leg, look at it down there, reach the other side way up. Keep both feet pressing equally down. Lengthen one side of the body, loosen the other side. Carefully cast your gaze up at your upper hand. Keep reaching up. And then carefully move your head to look down at your lower hand. Let's rise it up, reach it up, breathe in, both hands reach up. And now we reach with the right hand up and the left hand hangs. Look at it down there, let it hang totally loose. Reach up with the other side. Both feet pressing the floor equally down, keeping the arches lifted. Carefully cast your gaze up at your upper hand, reach up. Exhale, drop your head to look at your lower hand. Lift the lower hand up, reach up with both hands and breathe in. Bring them way back behind the head and wide. Lift this heart up towards heaven. And then reach the hands straight up overhead. Align the body straight and bring your hands to prayer pose right at your heart. Beautiful. Let's find ourselves in the warrior stance. That means legs are stretched wide on the floor, about twice as wide as your hips. Turn the left foot to be along the length of your yoga mat. And the back foot, which is now becoming the back foot, is across your yoga mat. Your front knee is bent, your back leg is straight. Knee does not go in front of the ankle. Think about the pelvis sinking down and the top of the head reaching up. Bring the arms out, level with the shoulders, palms facing down. Look over your fingernails into your future. Breathe deep. Let's lift the front hand and drop the back hand. The back hand finds the leg. It rests there. The front hand reaches back into an arch. Graceful warrior. And then slowly come back to warrior two, arms stretched out from the shoulders. Let's bring the elbow to the knee and bring the other arm in a straight line with the line of the leg and the torso and the arm. So it's straight from ankle to fingertips, side angle pose. This hand should be palm up right in front of the knee. And then we'll rise back to warrior two and find our graceful warrior. Warrior two, side angle pose. Warrior two, graceful warrior. Warrior two, side angle pose. And warrior two. Beautiful sequence there. We're going to bring the back hand to join the front hand. You may need to adjust your back foot just a little bit. really facing this forward toes direction. And bring your hands into prayer. Bring it to your forehead and watch your balance. It's a little tricky here. Bow down over your front knee. Prayerful warrior. Coming out of prayerful warrior, we're just going to circle the arms around slowly like a Tai Chi, move back to warrior two. And switch sides. Let's try it the other way. Now the other leg is bent, toes pointing off in the direction of the yoga mat, and the back leg is across. Back leg is straight, back foot is across the mat. Warrior two, sinking the pelvis down, lifting the top of the head up, creating space in the body. No collapsing. Lift. Beautiful. Let's drop the back hand, lift the front hand. Back hand finds the leg and rests there. The front hand gracefully reaches back in an arch. Breathe deep. And exhale, come back to warrior two. And bring the elbow to the knee and side angle pose. And back to warrior two, lift up. Now we transition. Graceful warrior, warrior two. Side angle pose, warrior two. Graceful, warrior. Side angle. And let's go through that one more time. Graceful warrior, breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, warrior two. Now we go to prayerful warrior. The back hand travels across to join the front hand. The back foot can pivot just a little bit. Hands come to a prayer and bring it to your forehead. Watch your balance. We bend down over the knee. Tai Chi back to warrior two. And then turn so you're in a straddle stand. Both toes are pointing forward. Walking down the legs, find the floor in front, and hands come to the floor. Drop the head. Move the hips in a figure eight. Change and go the other way around your figure eight. And here we're going to walk the hands over to the left foot. Turn both feet to point to the left. Forehead close to the knee. Keep the left foot and the left hand right side by side on the floor. Reach the right hand up. And bring it back down. Walk your hands in front. Figure eight, the hips. Go the other way around your figure eight. Beautiful. Come to the middle, settle down, and let's walk the hands over to the other foot and turn both feet to the right. One hand on either side of the foot. Legs are straight, mostly, if possible, and forehead to the knee. When you're ready, we'll walk the hands back in front again. And here, let's see if we can come to a yoga squat. So we've got to make sure our feet are just right. Turn the toes out a little bit. Heels close under the hips, just a little wider, and bend the knees, lift the head, and sink into yoga squat. How did that go? Challenge? I can imagine. It's a nice transition, but not maybe for everybody. So here we are in our yoga squat. Try to get your heels down on the ground. Lift your heart, lift your top of your head, pressing the elbows against the knees and knees against the elbows. A lot of action in the body, even though you're still. Let's see if we can shift a little bit left and right. Like a metronome. Nice. Hands to the floor, and hips are going to rise up, head's going to drop. Take a moment to bend the knees, hands come to the knees, press yourself up to standing. Return to your mountain pose. Breathing in, we lift the hands up. Exhale, slowly drop the hands down. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, drop it down. All right, let's try a balancing posture. I normally don't do balancing postures, but just feel a little bit motivated to do it today. So let's see if we can get the feet underneath the hips, toes pointing forward. I've got quite the wrinkle in my yoga mat here. Let me get that straightened out, or I'll for sure have problems. Okay, so this is going to be the tree pose. Now, a lot of people will do tree with the foot up by the knee or even up by the groin, but we're just going to take it easy and we're just going to leave the toes on the ground, just as a reminder that we've still got a little bit of a wide balance stance, and the heel is just above the ankle on the floor. So we're really trying to balance. Now, if you feel strong, you can bring your foot up to your ankle and bring the toes off the ground. The secret to balancing is lifting through the core of the body, tightening up the buttocks and the chest. You can bring arms out or up or into prayer. And then when you're ready, we'll try the other side. Bring the ankle up, calf a bit, or leave your toes on the ground and find your balance point. It's nice to have a point that you can stare at for a little bit of extra balance for your mind. We call that point a drishti point, and you just stare at it, maybe across the room on the wall. Ready, bring your feet down and bring the arms out. Return to mountain, reaching up, breathe in. Exhale, drop it down. One more time. Bend the knees this time. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, breathe down. Beautiful. Let's try a little chair pose while we're in standing. So make the feet a little bit wider than your hips, toes pointed just out a little bit, and sit down in a chair. Hold right there. Work those quads, work the butt, work the hamstrings. Beautiful. Push up, stretch up, and we breathe in, lift the arms. Exhale, drop it down. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, drop it down. And let's do a little kick and flick. Kick the leg, flick the fingertips. Kick and flick. Get rid of any stress that's hanging around. Breathe. Wonderful. Sway on your feet, side to side. Bring your hands to your hips. And let's let the hips really move a lot. Left and right, left and right. Maybe make a circle with the hips. Make them go all the way around town. All the way around town. All the way. Change direction, go the other way around town. Circle the other way. All right, put all your weight on your right foot, bring your right hand to your hip, and allow your body to be heavy on that right leg. Allow your shoulder to slump just a little bit. Soften your belly. Sink into that hip without resisting it. Maybe even feel the knee and the ankle and the heel taking weight. We normally don't allow ourselves to be heavy on our feet. And then feel the difference when you push into the floor and elevate and rise up. Let's try the other leg here. Put all your weight on your left foot. Let the hip really take the weight of the torso. Slump your shoulder. Soften your belly. Heaviness in the hip, knee, ankle, and heel. Allow it to be heavy. Don't resist. And then notice the difference when you press the heel into the ground and everything starts to come tall again and pushes up. Beautiful. So let's try that heaviness and that softness throughout the body. And as a result, as an opposition to the mountain pose, let's try mashed potato pose. Let everything be soft. Let everything be heavy. Let everything collapse. Coming down into a heavy ball all around your feet. And then breathe in and lift it back up. Mashed potato becomes mountain. Standing tall again, pressing the feet into the floor, elevating the heart, the top of the head, shoulders relax and hang, arms hang, fingers hang. Awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. For being there through all of that with me. All right, for our last few minutes, let's work on the immunity by doing the thymus thump. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Take a big breath in and out. We're going to use those fingertips or knuckles. If you've got long nails, use your knuckles and thump. Hard thumps against the center of the chest, the sternum area. Stimulating the thymus gland, making it know that we need it to keep us healthy and keep our immune system functioning at its optimum abilities. Keep breathing as you thump, thump, thump. Let's go up and down. And then we'll go out and in. Fingers are under the collarbone on the front of the chest. Breathe in and out. Not a tap, more like a thump. Nice and strong, stimulating the tissues deep inside the chest. Let's go up and down again, in and out. Down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in. Let's go above the collarbone, to the base of the neck, and up to the underside of the jaw. Down, up, down, up, down, up, up. And let's go above the jaw into the sides of the cheeks in front of the ears, up to the temple, down to the jaw, up and down. Breathe. Let's come to the front of the cheeks, right under the eyes. Out and in. Out and in. out and in, out and in. Let's go out and all the way up to the forehead, the hairline to the eyebrows, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, to the tippy top of the head, all the way up. And then split your hands apart and go to the top of the ears, up to the tippy top, down by the ears. Breathe. All right, go to the forehead, temples, jaw, neck, collarbone, sternum. Keep thumping. And bring your hands to prayer pose. Take a moment to just notice how you're feeling. I hope you feel good. I hope you feel invigorated and strong and positive and peaceful. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again on Thursday. Namaste to each and every one of you. Love you guys.